Okay, so hi everybody, and welcome to Kids Talk. Today we'll be making Flappy Bird in Scratch. So without further ado, let's get on with video. So you need two sprites to start with, Flappy Bird and Pipes. So in Flappy Bird, I have two costumes. Both of them are facing in down, and I'll tell you why this is later. I'll just rename this to Flappy, and I'll rename this to Flying. Probably should have done that before, but And this is for an animation. If you don't want an animation, then you can leave this as it is. So first, let's focus on the player. So, when green flag clicked, first of all, let's focus on the movement. In the movement, you have to make a new variable, speed y, for this sprite only. And while we're at it, let's make a new variable, direction, for this sprite only. So first of all, set direction to 1, to 0 first, and speed y also to 0, and then we need a forever loop. Forever, now we need to be careful, as we need to change speed y every time. So I'm gonna change speed y by -1, and then we have to change direction. Change direction by speed y. So if you just run this as it is, then speed y will just keep going down in direction along with it. So this script achieves nothing. But now we get to the fun part, and now is rotating the bird. First of all, we change y by, but not in this script. We point in direction. Where is that block? Point in direction. And now don't stuff in direction variable directly. First of all, minus, then a direction block, and then a multiply. Here you can leave this blank or put a 0 in this. This will go in the left side, and this you can put 0.5. Now, you might be content with this as it is, but this is just not going to get us anywhere. If, and then we need two of them, let's code up 1. If we need more than, yes. If the x position is greater than 120, then we need to set x. In fact, no, not this. Set x to 120. Then Control Alt. If x position is less than -75, then change it to -75. Now, first of all, we need to add in the key controls. When space key pressed, and when it's pressed, what do? We need to change speed y by, and this is the speed that, or the height that the cat moves on. Let's do 12, but we have to also move it. So change y by speed y. Or maybe it's a set. Yeah, it's a set. And now constantly this cat has to be going down, or this bird, sorry. So we need the forever loop also. Forever change speed y by negative 1.5. Oh yeah, this thing. Oopsie, my bad. This needs to go in another when green flag clicked. You know what? Just change Y by. And when I start, go to. Now the X, that has to be minus 200. And the Y, that can be 0. So as you can see, this is perfect now. So now what you want to do is the pipes. So the pipes are a little bit tricky, but not to worry. So first of all, what are we gonna do? As soon as the game starts, not the whirl effect, hide. Because this is gonna be a clone making factory. And what the clone making factory is the original sprite is gonna be hidden and it's gonna make clones. So what we need to do now, a forever loop, and in this you need to create clone of myself, and then you need wait. Now this wait is how frequent the things are. So for example, let's make a variable for this sprite only, and that's gonna be distance. It's gonna be the distance between two pipes, and here wait distance seconds. And for example, in the start you can set distance to like whatever. I personally have tried this out and I think 1.75 feels good, but that's not gonna cut it because when I start as a clone, so first of all the thing is hidden, so you need to show, then change Y by. We don't have a speed X here, so change Y by, and here you need a random number for the height of the pipes. I think minus 100 till 40 or let's say 50 works good, but then you need a repeat until. I was about to say forever loop, not a repeat 10, a repeat until. And what you need to do is repeat until less than, repeat until the X position of the player is less than minus 225, and then if it is, then you want to do something in this, but first you have to delete the clone. So now if you test that, hi, you need to change X, not the Y, remember, change X by minus 4. So if you see that, this is rotated by like 100 degrees. I think it would be good if I take this entire thing and put it up right. Let me just try that. It's even worse. Okay. Now you might be wondering, well, I can just press the space key whenever, but it's not like that. So you have to, it's very easy, wait until not, and then key space pressed. So now, I can't just click the space key forever, I have to actually manually do it. Now we can hide the distance variable because it doesn't make sense. Now I think it's time for a nice backdrop. So if you go into backdrops, then I think a color of light blue works well. That's a color of around 50. Yeah, 50 works well. Then we take this and we cover the entire screen. And don't add any code to it because it's never ever gonna move. So despite the rotation, you can do it in any angle that you want. If I if I take this and I flip it at correct angles, then that happens. But I do think this is better. Okay, so now the main game is ready, but I think you need a score and a high score, right? So from the Flappy Bird, or it doesn't matter, make one variable score for all sprites. And the trick to doing this is when green flag clicked, you want to set score to 0, and then when do you increase it? In this, repeat until x position is less than 225, change x by 4. And whatever is after this, that means the pipes has gone through the left end of the screen. So it's safe to change score by 1 here. So now if you see this, 0 in the start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it just goes on. And now if you want to control how high Flappy can jump, then that's this. Set speed x to 12. If you want to change it to 20, then you can, but that's way big. If you're below here, then I'm afraid this isn't gonna cut it. So just try experimenting with the values. I think 10 is also good. But first of all, what about player death? That's also an important aspect. So what you want to do in this is a new when green flag clicked, and then if touching pipes, then what you want to happen? Touching pipes, or in fact I forgot, touching edge also counts. Touching pipes or touching edge. Then, for the time being, we want to die. That's lose life. So, let's broadcast a new message of game over. Okay, so that's done, and we'll see later when that happens. So for now, we need a high score. So make a new variable, high score, and make this a cloud variable. You need to be of Scratcher status to make this cloud variable. If you aren't, then you can't. Please note, cloud variables only support numbers, not letters or symbols. So we can only put numbers in these, but it's okay because it doesn't matter. All you need to do in this is, when green flag clicked, forever, change not these two blocks. If you need one if loop, and you need one greater than, and then here, if score is greater than the high score, then set score to high score. Hopefully that makes sense now. Oh, hold on a second, what's going on? Oh, it's going back. Oh, I meant set high score to score. That was just my bad. I can be silly at sometimes, but please correct me if I am. For example, if you see now, it's alright. Okay, so I think it's all good, and now the only thing left is player death. Now, before player death, I would also want to add a main menu to this. So, what you want to do now is you want to duplicate this tab, or click on Scratch here at the top left hand corner, search for, and type this in very carefully. I'm typing this in Google, but type this in Scratch, capital T, small a, N, and then 1572. Then, when you search that, click enter and click on any of the projects. Then in there you should see two sprites that are named respectively main menu and splash screen in any of my projects, like I've done here, and backpack them. Then just drop them in here. And currently, if you see, then let's see what we have to fix. Okay, so the play button isn't appearing. Now you can format this to your taste later, but first we need to make this working. So, the play button, let's see what it says here. When green flag clicked hide, when I receive main menu, show. So, we need to broadcast main menu somewhere. Where do we broadcast main menu? Let's, when green flag clicked, broadcast main menu. Okay, this works. This works too. Okay, it's all good. And now the only thing is about the game over. Hey, forever loop. Forever. Broad this or this. Okay, so first of all, we need to tell the game to not immediately start, and second of all, we need to tell the game to stop when a game over screen is held. So first of all, let's fix the first problem, that is the first panel should wait. That is, let's see splash screen. When green flag clicked, switch costume to menu show. Then when I receive start game, so start game should be broadcasted. So when I receive start game, broadcast start game. Okay, so when the spread clicked, hide broadcast start game. And when I receive start game, hide. So when the green flag is clicked, then we need the game to stop, and it should only start when we click the play button. And when we click the play button, then start game is broadcasted. So let's switch all of this to when I receive start game. You know what? Let's wait a couple of seconds. Wait. Let's wait for 5 seconds if that works. Yes, that does it. And then game over and play. So then when the play button is clicked, we need to stop the game other script and sprite. So here, when I receive game over, then broadcast main menu, and when I receive main menu, then show. So when main menu is broadcast, then all the script should be stopped. So that is when I receive main menu, then we need a stop other script and sprite. So that should do the part where it falls. Game over. Okay, we need the same script in the pipes too. And this is also when I receive start, so we've got it. So basically what I did there was, I removed this script when I receive main menu, and we don't need when I receive start game here. So now I can save this, and here, instead of hiding these 3 variables, we can hide high score and score. And then similarly here, we can show those variables too. Show variable. Show variable. So that was Flappy Bird, I guess.